Good evening, Montana Council. I would like to welcome you tonight to the popcorn kickoff training for our council. And tonight, I would like to introduce to you, this is Ruth Fisher. She has her email at ruth.fisher@scouting.org and her phone number 406-761-6000. And my name is Pat Dannenberg. I'm your Director of Field Services, and you can reach me at my email address, pat.dannenberg@scouting.org. We are excited to be with you here tonight for the popcorn kickoff training and would love to let you know that this year's theme is Innovation Labs. And so by all means, explore and use our theme. We'll have stickers and logos and for you to be able to use and use this away. Now, for a couple of housekeeping items tonight, just so you're aware, we have the Q&A feature turned on tonight. And just make sure that if you do ask a question, we won't get around to answering those questions until the very end when we start to answer a question. So feel free to stick around till the end. We'll be glad to answer any of those questions needed then. But without further ado, let's kick off our training tonight.
All right, everybody, welcome to the popcorn training for 2024. Popcorn is one of the funnest activities we do each year. I mean, I know nobody likes to do fundraising, but it really does support the kids, help them out with reaching goals, and the Montana Council is fully behind you. Popcorn is such a fabulous fundraiser for the kids. It allows them to become better public speakers, to understand how they can work their own program. I'm on the next slide, by the way. It teaches them how to be independent and to learn that through their sales, they can grow and become better scouts and enjoy the program that they're working through salesmanship and perseverance. Really, it's a wonderful program, and I've seen so many kids change over the years just through the way they sell the popcorn and the way they're able to approach it with their customers.
I love it. The popcorn sale really for your unit should be your main fundraiser, and it's going to help develop the character of the kids. They'll also be able to participate in a sale that meets some advancement requirements. And then really the scouts learn how to better communicate. They learn how to work as a team. They learn resilience. And then really the unit and the council help these scouts be able to win prizes and earn patches and gift cards and so much more. But this popcorn sale really helps all of your units hit the budgets and the fundraising so that popcorn just makes it real for your unit and the program you want to do. Now, to me, it is so critical important when I talk about program for a scout unit, it's important that you set up a goal for your unit to be able to achieve. What do you want to do all year long? And how do you get to there? Well, you have to be able to set a goal for your unit. And that helps pay for all the membership fees. It helps pay for your patches and awards, and it pays for the camps that you go to. It pays for all the campouts and then the ice cream parties and so forth, even the Pinewood Derby that you do. But as a unit, you need to set a goal, and then as a unit, have discussions with your scouts and help them each set their own individual goal too.
In 2023, we had a fabulous year of popcorn sales. We had 1,270 scouts selling popcorn. 361 of those scouts earned over $1,200 worth of sales. That's an amazing number, because when you think about the fact that there were 1,270 that sold, for that many to be over $1,200 is fabulous. We had 519 sellers sell online. That's about 40% of the scouts. It's a little over 40, but again, you know, another venue where they really were able to branch out and go outside their own community and sell popcorn. Our sales were a little over 1.3 million. That's a combination of our door-to-door sales and our online sales. There's, some money that's missing in that number, but that's the additional sales that we had for show and sells and stuff that the units used in their own way afterwards.
Ruth, what I really love about that is out of the $1.3 million sold, 70% of that is staying right here in Montana for scouting.
That is the best way to have the fundraiser work, is to keep it local. In 2024, we have some great information to share with everybody tonight. We'll have our key dates for the sale, we'll have commission information, we'll share our product line, what our prizes are going to be for 2024. There's some great ones out there. We're gonna also share with you all the materials that we have to help support your unit in their sale. And we'll share with you what we have to offer for online support.
Now, some important dates for this year. The online sale has already started with August 1st, but make sure that you also pay attention that the popcorn sale starts on September 21st and the popcorn sale ends on October 20th. Now, orders due to Pecatonica are on October 24th, and the prize order is also due to the council on October 24th. That's a little bit of a new change to this year. Unit order pickup date is still that November 5th to 7th timeframe, depending on where you're at. And then payments due to the council are on November 27th. Pay attention also because the district kickoffs occur somewhere between the end of August through the first part of September. If you're getting the emails from the unit or from the popcorn emails, you'll see those kickoff dates in there.
All right, so if you noticed in our sheet previous to this slide, our orders and our prizes are due on the same day, which is the 24th of October.
And for your district kickoffs, just make sure this is something really important for you to attend. Those kickoffs have all the materials going to be available at them. And then also in addition to that, you'll get a good taste of how a kickoff is supposed to happen. You'll be able to see it and take that back and apply that in your unit. And so come get those materials and pay attention to your district's date.
All right, this year our commissions are going to be a little different. We've given you lots of opportunity to be able to grow your commission for the unit. We are starting our commission with a base of 26% of sales as your profit. If you have one leader attend this training, you'll get a 1% increase in that 26%. If 2 leaders take this training, you'll get 3%, which it's a real easy way to grow your commission. 3% is for getting your safety roster and your goals submitted in the Google Forms on time. Actually, we haven't set a date for that, so just as long as you do it, we're gonna be happy with that and get you that 3% on your commission. And then an additional 3% for your payment and prize sheets being submitted on time. So right there, that gives you an opportunity to earn over 35% in commissions. And then on your increase in sales over last year, we're also going to give you an additional 10% on that part of your sales. So fabulous ways to grow your commission for the unit.
Now, a little bit of something new for this year, but payment due to the council is November 27th. Please understand that if you choose to pay late after the November 27th timeframe, you're going to lose that 3% commission for paying on time. Also, though, if you choose to not pay before December 31st, then you're going to lose all your extra commissions, you're gonna go down to the base commission at 26%, and you're also gonna lose all those prizes to the scouts. You're not gonna offer any prizes to anybody and any additional commission if you choose to pay after December 31st. So just be aware, those are a couple of changes this year to the popcorn program.
All right, so a little more information on that 10% increase on sales. To give you an example, if your unit sold $12,000 worth of popcorn last year, and this year they sell 20,000, you're gonna get that additional 10% on the $8,000 that is the difference between 12,000 and your 20,000. So that's not to say you're gonna get an additional 10% on the whole $20,000. It's just that difference between what you sold last year and what you sell this year. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions about what your sales were last year, or you need any help with that data, we can certainly let you know and share that information with the unit.
And if you're a new unit, make sure that you reach out also to Ruth. She'll be able to help you out. You can reach out by just simply emailing popcorn@montanabsa.org. And those new units that sell this year, that haven't sold in the past, they'll receive $200 and it'll be deposited into your store account. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, technical difficulties, guys.
All right.
All right, where should you sell popcorn? Show and sell is a way to get rid of the extra popcorn that your unit has after they've delivered all of their popcorn to their customers. Sometimes you end up with a couple of items that are in the case that you just don't know what to do with. If you are out, sorry, let me start this over again. Take orders is when the kids go door to door in their community and sell the popcorn to their friends and neighbors and new people in the neighborhood. Also, online store is a really easy way that you can reach family and friends that don't necessarily live in your community anymore and want to still support your scout.
For our scouts selling this year, they'll get the sales order form, but one of the things that's great is they get to look at all this popcorn product. And so we still have the yellow popping corn. We also have the classic caramel corn, the butter microwave, the kettle microwave. We also have the cheddar cheese and then the jalapeno cheese too. Trail mix is there and available. The caramel with sea salt. That's a little different this year. The caramel with sea salt actually has a new military tin to help honor our military's branches. And then we also have the sea salt splash, and we have mud puddles and the classic trio and the cheese lovers and the chocolate lovers. And then we also have the military donation, but our new product this year is the peanut butter cup popcorn sale tin. So that is fabulous.
All right, for those of you that are gonna promote the online sales and have your kids on your social media, the line of product that is available online is totally different than what we have door to door. The door to door products were specifically chosen by our council as the items that we think would sell best. The online products are items that sell nationwide, and Pecatonica has selected them. So it's a great combination of cheesy popcorn and caramels and coffee, all which can only be gotten online.
Now, for 2024, we have some prizes to discuss tonight, but we're gonna make sure we highlight the Montana Council prizes, Pecatonica's prizes, the Fill It Up and Win program, and also encourage every unit to have unit prizes.
All right, so this year for our Montana Council prizes, we have a prize that everyone that sells popcorn is gonna get, and it's a little football rocket. It's gonna say Scouting Montana on it. It's fabulous. The kids will have lots of fun with it. Our $600 level prize is a water bottle with a Montana Council logo on it, and it has a Bluetooth speaker. So much fun. They're everywhere, and I'm so excited to offer this to all of our $600 sellers. Our $800 sale item is an inflatable sofa. I don't know if you guys have seen them out there yet, but they were all over camp this summer. The kids had a great time with them.
Kids love it.
So we are offering this with the Montana Council logo on it. It's big and bold. I love it. For our $1,200 sellers, it's a nice lawn chair that is packed in a little small pack that folds down to be able to be compact and go with you on every camping trip. For the $2,500 sellers, they're gonna get a camera. It also will have the Montana Council logo on it, and it's basically a GoPro. It has so many gadgets and pieces to be able to attach it to your helmet or your bike or your skateboard. It's so fun. And then this year, for the first time, we have a $4,000 prize. For all of the kids that sell $4,000, they will get a smartwatch. And again, just a great array of prizes. We still have our Scout Bucks. Fabulous, love to see the kids at camp with those, and they have so much fun with them. A new feature this year is we're going to do an Amazon gift card. Amazon has really upped their game on their gift card program. It'll be easy for us to track, to replace, to tell you exactly who got the email. Definitely an easier way to do gift cards than the old plastic ones. And we also still have our gas cards. They are a town pump gas card. We still have our camp credits, so that's gonna help everybody be able to go to camp. We have our Pecatonica River Winner's Circle. They've added a new great prize to their lineup also. So great things for the kids to look forward to.
And with those Scout Bucks, those are essentially dollar for dollar equivalency of paper Scout dollar bills that kids can take to a list of stores all around the state and then walk in and basically use that as a discount
Yeah.
towards something they get.
It's kind of monopoly money, but you know, our vendors are all backing the Scout program. They love to see the kids come in. It is a great discount and a great way to drive business into our small local companies.
It's an awesome program. What's also awesome is every kid in the council is gonna be able to earn a patch for popcorn. If they sell $800, they'll get the black border patch, $1,500 gets the gold border patch, $2,500 gets the platinum border patch. And for any unit colonel that goes out and helps their unit sell 10% more than they did the prior year, they get a patch also with a green border. So make sure you encourage all of your kids to hit these levels.
All right, so next we're gonna talk a little bit more about Pecatonica's offerings. They call it the Winner's Circle, and seriously, for every $3,000 grouping of sales that the kids do, they get to pick one of these wonderful prizes. If they sell $6,000, they get to pick two of them. So it's really a great program. I mean, they could have their own TV in their bedroom if they don't already. So great prizes that Pecatonica funds for us as part of their program.
Now, the Filled Up program is something we do here locally. You basically take your sales sheet, and if a kid sells on every line in the sales sheet, then you take that, you scan it off and email it to popcorn@montanabsa.org, and then we enter these scouts into a daily drawing That first daily drawing is gonna be with September 23rd, and then there's weekly drawings for amazing weekly prizes, right? And
Yes.
these weekly prizes, just know also that you've gotta have a full sheet. And if you don't have a full sheet, if you're trying to apply your online, you have to have $600 online. Now, Ruth, you take care of all the online ones and entries, and so the unit doesn't have to actually do anything with the online sales for entries, right?
Correct. Each day I check out where the sales are. I run the math. I figure out, okay, if they are at $600, it automatically goes on the drawing. If they're, at $1,200, and they're okay, well, we did it at this point, so yeah. So we do all of that work for you and get the kids' names in there, so you don't have to worry about the online sales at all. It is tracked daily.
Now, one of the things I always love to encourage is this, the council and Pecatonica have all these great prizes, but sometimes you know your unit best. And we really encourage you to take a second. We're gonna give you 4 prizes to use, maybe for your kickoff or some other way, but we're gonna give you those 4 prizes, but what if you go out and you find something else that you know your kids are really excited about? So we encourage you to take and just spend a few seconds, consider as a unit some local prizes.
All right, so the first piece of media that we have to give our units is our parents guide. We started this last year and it was a wonderful tool for the parents to be able to understand a little bit more about why we sell popcorn and why we really push this one fundraiser every year. We are also gonna bring back the Leader's Guide, the Colonel guidebook. The colonels let me know that there were just pieces that they wish they had at their fingertips or in a nice, easy format. So we are gonna give that to everybody also. And we are going to provide these on Monday after the sale starts. No, Monday, like a week from now. So be looking in your email for that. If you've done our popcorn sign up, we will send it to you. Your unit leader and your committee chair will also automatically get a copy of this in their email. But if you have not had a chance to get on and do our sign up, please click the link. If you've got it in an email, if you haven't, talk to your unit leader and your committee chair and they can get that link for you. The next bunch of pieces are kind of our standards. We're going to provide every unit their items to create the sales packet for their kids. We want to make sure that every kid has what they need to have a successful sale. So we first of all start out with our order forms. There'll be 2 of those in a tabletop style and in the brochure style for each youth. The Scout money envelopes so that they don't lose their checks or the cash. Because heaven knows no parent wants to deal with that headache. We also have a door hanger, which if you're out going door to door and you find somebody that's not at home, you can always fill in the information at the bottom, say, we're gonna be back on Tuesday. If you want to order something and you're not gonna be home, please fill this out, leave it on the door for me and I'll pick it up and we'll get your order placed. Kind of a nice hands-off way to get those orders from our door-to-door sales. The Take to Work is a tabletop version. It folds in half, goes on the break table, nice and easy. Lets everybody know that your kid is selling popcorn. The Fill It Up and Win flyers is just a little more information on what we're doing for our Fill It Up prizes this year. It gives you instructions on how to submit your full sheets. And then our prize flyer is just so kids can all see exactly what they're working towards from Montana Council.
Now, we do have some unit materials also available for you. And all these materials that Ruth was listing out and the materials that I'm saying here, they're all going to be available at your district kickoff. So make sure you go and attend your district kickoff for these. But You will see the tasting kits there for you to take home. You'll have 4 prizes for your own unit kickoff. You'll also have the unit money order envelope in there too. And then we're making sure that we give you a bubble machine, and then we have some themed stickers to go with it. And then we also have some backdrops. If you emailed over to Ruth for a backdrop and want one of those, then make sure it goes to popcorn@montanabsa.org. So if you need sales banners also, and you don't have those from last year, make sure you email Ruth also at popcorn@montanabsa.org. Now, the training commission, what I want to make sure that everybody is aware, you're participating in this tonight. We have 160 people on with us tonight right now. And so what an awesome number. But if you're attending tonight, make sure you email and put at the title of your email, Popcorn Commission. That way we can find it. And then also make sure you include in your email your name, your unit type, your unit number, and if you're here tonight and you're kind of double dipping into multiple units, then make sure you tell us each unit that you're representing tonight. That way we can assign credit to your unit for being able to say you've received either the 1% or the 3% commission for participating in tonight's training.
All right, so online, we have tons of support for our units, our unit leaders, our parents, all, you know, we want everybody to be prepared and to feel comfortable with what we're, you know, asking of them, what they need to do to support their child in scouting. We have the montanabsa.org/popcorn. We are posting our daily fill it up winners on that website. We also have links to all of our documents on that website. They're not all there yet, but we will get them there in the next few days before popcorn kicks off. The Google Classroom is where we track all of our popcorn sales and prizes for the units. We also want you to fill in the kids' goals. Makes it nice and easy. You have one form to look at for all of your goals and helping the kids reach those goals. Pecatonica has a ton of resources, videos, and just really helpful. This is how this item works. This is how we can help you sell more popcorn and feel comfortable with what you're selling. All right, so our Google Classroom, we've done this for a few years now. It's kind of our form that allows you to put the names in once and carries over to all of our pages. It's an easy format. Most of you are familiar with Google. It's pretty much everywhere. No emails need to be sent to us to update us on your information. It is all visible to us through the Google Classroom. Parent and leader guides. The new this year is the military receipt and an actual popcorn receipt. I have put a hard copy in everybody's bag of goodies for getting set up in their year. You can either print it off the internet or you can make copies of that and allow the kids to give their customers a nice receipt saying when they're gonna and what they ordered and all of that kind of stuff. Kind of a tool to help supply our customers with more information.
All right.
All right, so now we're gonna look at the Google Classroom a little bit, kind of prepare you for what you're gonna see when you click on your classroom.
So this is me going in. I got the link from you. You were sending it to me, and so here we are. There's a price sheet in here, but then also separate. I'm just going to click on this right here, Ruth. It's the document where you put contact info in. So now I'm opening it, and on the very first sheet right here is the contact for the popcorn kernel. That we have. This document is also identifying who's created the document, right?
Correct. So you're gonna kind of share with us a little bit of information on who your popcorn share is, just so that we have it again. And know we're asking you to kind of do it multiple times, but we want to make sure that everybody is really in the know about about how we can help. Then this is our safety roster. If you put the youth names in, that they've attended the safety meeting. You know, it's really important for us to make sure that our kids are safe when they're out there, going door to door. They're, you know, the more they know, the better we are prepared. And then this one is the price sheet. Those of you that are returning popcorn chairs have seen this one before. We have it set up with all of our new prizes for 2024. You just simply click the boxes. The names should all carry over from your safety roster. And you're gonna plug in what the kids sold door to door, what they sold online, so that we make sure we give them credit for all of their sales.
And it's really just, you know, click on the check and it goes in and off, and then you just check them in and then type in the dollar amount, right?
Yep, yep.
And then one last sheet here with the budget sample.
Yep, so if your unit doesn't have a budget yet, this is a great tool to be able to, oh, we need to change the date on that, we're a little behind evidently. But just to kind of help you plan out what you're going to do this year, what kind of funds you're trying to accomplish with the sale. And, you know, you can share this with the parents, you just run a printout and share it at your meeting and say, you know, this is why we're selling popcorn, this is what we'd like the kids to do, just to all work as a team and do our part.
Awesome. Anything else on this document that you want to share, Ruth?
No, I think that about covers it. I mean, I know there's a lot more detail in there, but.
All right, so the Pecatonica website, we will share this link in our next Monday email, which is next Monday, and we'll share this link over to you. But what we want to make sure that we help you understand is that there's great training videos on how to do all the different sections of Pecatonica's website stuff. Also the printable resources that they have, there's some extra resources that you just may want to look at in case it's applicable to you or your area or some way you're selling. There's sales tools and information on the different products and the healthiness of them and so forth. And then there's also ways that you can learn more about Square Up and be able to take credit cards and so forth, so.
All right, so they have a couple of apps from Pecatonica that can help us out with our sale. The My Popcorn is an app that's used for online sales. Some people like this one. Sometimes it's easier just to go to the My Popcorn or to the PR Popcorn store through their webpage. You know, either one works. The kernel tracker allows the unit to keep track of what the kids have paid, what they've gotten popcorn, all that kind of stuff. And then the Square Reader is your way of taking electronic payments without having to recreate the wheel, and it goes right to your bank account.
Now, these scouts, we get them all engaged, we're ready to have them go out and sell. They'll have to do the popcorn storefront, right? So the online storefront, so with My PR Popcorn tool, and the commission that they have for online sales is the same as what you get for door-to-door sales. There's free shipping with everything online, it's built into those prices. And then they have the ability to set up that personalized email, right? And it goes over to grandma or grandpa, whether it goes off to their friends or their teachers. So that personalized note. But just note, this website's not for door-to-door sales.
Right.
We really don't encourage you to do that. So mostly because the price for it online is more than what you can do with door-to-door.
But in reality, the pricing online is between $30 and $60. So it's not more than what we're selling door to door. It just includes your
The
shipping. Yes.
That's right.
All right, so the unit kernel, is going to be the one that gets you your online selling ID. It's not hard to do. It is put the name in and it automatically generates the email and it generates the seller ID. So it's fairly simple.
And this is the seller ID for the scouts. The scouts get that?
Yes, so when they build the account, they put in the scout's parent email, and that email gets automatically sent as they hit finish.
Great.
So it goes out immediately. So again, if your parents are wondering what their kid's seller ID is, you can go to the page and edit, and it will send that email again. So for all of us who've been doing this a couple of years and you've forgotten what the seller ID is from year to year, you just go in, click edit, and it sends out a new email to that parent.
And the great thing about this is on the unit kernel, there's a video for how to specifically use this application.
Correct.
So you just go to that video training page, and then subsequently all these other pages we're about to talk about also.
Yep, then your kids are gonna create a profile, or you're gonna do it for your kids if they're younger. You're gonna share your link on your social media and send your emails, and you'll be working on that bottom line. So for the Scout Boss, it's key that you have a high energy unit kickoff. It really gets the kids excited and ready to earn their way in their popcorn promotion. You're gonna build your plan with your committee. Definitely wanna make sure you're taking that budget into account, the unit kickoff. If you're building a new account for a unit, you're gonna go in and use the 315 MC as your council code. If you're a returning user and you're not the person that built the account for the unit, we can always look up your unit user ID. The user ID does not change from year to year or kernel to kernel. So keep that in mind. If you don't have, contact with your kernel that was last year, we can look it up. You can reset the password, you can make it your own, but you can't change that username.
Now Ruth, overall explain in just real quick for us, what is Scout Boss?
Scout Boss is where we do most of our popcorn unit creation. It's where you're gonna set up your user IDs, it's where you're gonna put your order at the end. It allows you to check what the kids are selling online and keep track of that as a unit leader. So many features, the dashboard is just full of possibilities.
Overall management tool for the sale.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so the dashboard of your Scout Boss account has all kinds of different things you can do. Like I said, you're gonna use it to set up your seller IDs for all the kids. If the kids have already got one, you can send that email to the parents again. You can certainly, if the parents have multiple kids, they are gonna get multiple emails with regard to the Scout seller IDs. But it's all very easy for them to get in and connect them up. All right. In the Pecatonica page, they have a downloadable spreadsheet that can help you get your totals for what your order is going to be. It is a nice tool. You can also just make your own if you don't want to download something from online. It's a simple sheet, but they have done the work for us and created a spreadsheet to help tally your order. When it comes to placing your order, once you've got your sales sheets for the kids all tallied, you're gonna go in and place a new unit order. In the dashboard, you're gonna choose your take order, because that's what you're going to create, is an order for the sales that the kids have done. You're gonna choose your pickup location. Each district has a different location that they're picking up their popcorn. And it's all in a list. It's a drop-down menu, so nice and easy to find your unit or your district.
Now, we touched on this just a little, but the kernel tracker is important so that if you want to put it on your phone, you can use it to help track the inventory and manage any inventory that you have for your unit. So if you assign out an inventory to a scout at the end of your sale and that scout hasn't paid you yet, this is a great way to track where that product is going. You can also take it if you have extra inventory and you're trying to send it off with a kid to go through a neighborhood and sell it, you can assign it to that kid. If you have a kid that stands in front and he's trying to sell it in front of Lowe's or somewhere at the end of the sale and they've received product, then this is how you can track where that product is going, and you can manage it through sites, you can manage it through households and so forth. So this kernel tracker is available. You can find it with training also on the Pecatonica website. Now, I personally am a huge fan of being able to take credit cards. I know the majority of people out there these days are running around with credit cards.
Yeah,
Some of them,
plastic, the only way to go.
the only way to go. So really, you have lots of people that don't walk around with cash anymore and they need to pay by credit card. They want to help pay by credit card. So Pecatonica has the ability for you to be able to watch a video online, how to set up your training for your unit and other parents and so forth on how to use Square. And so I highly recommend that you as a unit use the Square readers. If you need a Square reader, we do have some Square readers, and you can reach out to Popcorn at montanavsa.org and ask for some of the Square readers. Those Square readers we have though are the ones for the headphone jacks. You can also find other types of Square readers available at Walmart and Best Buy and on Amazon.com and so forth. So just know that the process for taking credit cards is really simple. You also have the ability to take and upload your inventory, the available sales products, into Square so that you can have that and be able to sell through Square.
All right, so social media, we have a Facebook page. We've had it for a few years. We've got quite a few people involved in that. But definitely just a nice, easy way to keep up on what's going on with Popcorn, what new promotions are coming up, what we're doing for a flash prize.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do that. And then if you're gonna be sending out emails to friends and family, you know, again, it's nice and easy and a great way to allow people who don't get to see your kids every day, support them in their scouting career.
And Ruth, really and truly, we'd love to see every one of our units get out there and have an awesome kickoff. Use the Innovation Lab theme and take pictures and share them right there on our Popcorn page, right?
Yeah.
So make sure you have a great time with your kickoffs and share that with us. And really and truly, we're gonna try to make sure we send out Monday emails throughout the sale. And we'll start with next Monday, and it'll have a lot of the different documents that we've shared and mentioned tonight so that you can download them, view them and so forth. Be able to share them out with everyone else in your unit. So we'll have that starting to be available with the very first next Monday email. And then also in that email, tonight's recording, we'll clean it up and we'll be able to share it out with everybody then too through that. So if somebody missed tonight and they still want to watch tonight, we'll be able to share that then. So
It also will allow all of our units to take advantage of that 3% commission for having trained 2 leaders.
really and truly want to thank everybody for participating tonight. I know that you spent time with us tonight. It's one more night doing scouting, but the Popcorn program really makes scouting real for every unit. And I just really want to thank you for all you're going to do to help these kids raise money to make the programs that you want to do with your kids in your scout unit very real this year. And I know that if you have a great sale, you take the time to organize it, that it can be amazing and that you can have awesome opportunities for these scouts. So thank you for being with us tonight and for helping out. I see some good responses coming in for those that attended tonight. Feel free, if you have questions, go ahead and start asking away in the Q&A. So Garrett just asked, will the commissions be different for online sales? No, the commissions are exactly the same pairing up, and it's all dependent upon what you're doing there. So let's see here. Matthew is asking, what was the email for sending the popcorn commission? Ooh, well, that was buried purposely in tonight's communication. So just trying to make sure everybody watches the entire presentation tonight. So we'll let everybody go back and watch the whole thing. If you missed that part of the conversation, you can jump back in on it. So when doing the Square Reader, is there an additional charge? There is additional credit card fees. So just know that does exist. I personally have seen the credit card fees for the amount of sales that I would have lost.
Because they
made up-
didn't have cash.
Because they didn't have cash, I made up for it by having the sale. So great question on that. Definitely there, and you'll see the current credit card fees as you go through the Square process for signing up, and they constantly update it on their website. So what's all needed to go in the email tonight? So lots of questions again. We purposely kind of buried the thing in so that people would watch that. Will the football rocket be available to everyone who sell, or to only those from the 100 to 599? So that's a great question. We changed that this year.
We
Ruth.
did, yes, so every youth that sells popcorn will receive the football rocket. Whether they sell $5 or $500, everyone will receive that gift or that prize.
And we just got a question again on the video for tonight, and when will that be available? The video from tonight's recording is going to be available through next Monday's first weekly email. So,
Excellent.
and it will be available on YouTube.
Nice. Sorry, we're just trying to find questions that aren't ones that we've already answered.
I think somebody's asking a question about having the ability to sell with the Montana Council prizes in that time frame after they're due with prize orders for the 24th. So the reality is those prize order forms are due on the 24th, and so the council prizes are shut down there on the 24th, and so any sales that occur after that are not counting towards that. So however, they do count towards Pecatonica prizes.
Correct, yep, they'll still be able to earn more in their Pecatonica prize package.
If they're doing the online
If they're doing
sales.
online sales after the 24th.
Yeah. Somebody's asking, will you be able to have a printable version of the order form, the sales order form? And so we do have the sales order form is currently in the Google Classroom, and so you'll be able to download that in a PDF format.
Correct.
Copy paste and switch it all around whichever way you need. So if you're looking to take, and I know some people like to take the order form, blow up the actual
So that it's big
sales
enough
items,
to write on too.
or they like to blow it up and they laminate it and then have that so that somebody can look at it at their door. Different options on things that people like to do trick wise. So that is available for you to download. So somebody's asking, we do have a couple of units across the council where they're participating in the combined troop program pilot that's going on this next year. And so how does that affect the girls and the boys? Well, simple, you can still sign up as two separate units if that's what you really want, but I recommend signing up as one unit because in theory, you're participating as one unit, and that's the intent of the pilot program. And so those all the sales and everything would be coordinated through that one unit, and then all the funding be coordinated through that one unit too.
Yes, yes, you can just go in and add the boys or the girls to whichever, account you're more, comfortable using. They would get new seller IDs when they switch over to the new unit. So that's something to be conscious of, but yes, those combined units can definitely participate as one.
And I just want to reiterate for everybody, if you're here with Lewis and Clark District, that district kickoff did get moved from tomorrow night to September 11th. So just quick note, that is on September 11th. And then somebody's asking who pays the credit card fee with Square. The actual unit, you'll see it deducts out of the money that you receive. And so when that money starts to be transitioned over into the unit account and so forth, that fee is being deducted. And somebody's asking again, in relation to any of the forms and materials that we shared tonight, both the Scout forms and then also the unit forms that we were talking about earlier, those are all going to be available at the kickoff. Are the Montana prizes cumulative? They are, including the $600 one this year, right? So that's a change from last year. But every level, if you sell, as you go up in dollar amount sold, you get to earn that prize and all the prizes down below.
Correct,
So
yep.
Wonderful way to do it. So is there a date? There's no date really for anyone to record or have sent in the email for being able to say we participated in training. There's no limitation to that because we could have new units coming on board this fall and they start to participate. We could have other scenarios too. So maybe a colonel had to step away and then somebody else stepped into the role and they wanted to participate in the training. And so there's no date limitation on that at all by any means. So. Somebody else is asking, if somebody really prefers the mix that's online, and they carry a QR code sheet with links to the online sale, could they also sell those items in addition to what's on the sales sheet in front of them? Absolutely. Really and truly, the intent of the online is to do online, right? It's
Right.
not to take it door to door because you have something very useful right in front of you. But
again, if you don't like popcorn and you have a customer that wants to try some of the coffee is only available online, so they're certainly welcome to support and make an online purchase from a kid that came door to door for them.
That's right, and I know and realize at some point through the fall, there's a lot of people that live in the state of Montana that choose to go to the state of Arizona, and they would just rather have that product be shipped to there. So. And by all means, I would not want to miss out on a sale because somebody chose to live during the colder months in another state. So
Yeah.
Absolutely, great question. Couple of questions on the prizes being cumulative, so I think we answered that. Question about will we have tonight's slideshow available for download? And yes, we do intend to make that as one more additional resource available.
Certainly. It has a lot of good QR codes and we want you to have access to all of the tools that you could use.
And really and truly, we know with the QR codes, tonight you're sitting at a computer and you want to kind of see something. So we buried those QR codes in there so that you could hold your phone up to your computer screen and watch it. I know that some people are watching this on their phone, which means they really can't use the QR code in
Yeah,
interaction, but everything that we linked tonight is coming out the first Monday email.
perfect.
Somebody's asking about, we didn't specify what the prizes are. We actually did, we have good prizes. You can start to see some of those prizes in the Google Classroom. We'll also have the prize sheets and all the links for that available with next Monday's first email.
Yeah, and there'll be enough in every package at the kickoffs for every youth to have a copy of the prize sheets and the fill it up and win sheet. All of that stuff will be coming to your unit soon.
And then we have another question. Somebody's really wanting to know if I'm gonna wear the hair in the office. And so all of that, you know, I can't encourage you guys to get into Innovation Lab without getting into it myself. And so if you have the lucky shot of me coming out to your popcorn kickoffs in your districts, I'll be in full get up. And so if you need a picture with the cool Einstein get up, then let's do it. But otherwise, you know, I love it. I think it's fun to get in front of the boys and the girls and make a fool of yourself some and be a good example for them to have a fun sale. So does the sale do the sales online that started with August 1st, do they count towards prizes? Both
They
council
do.
and Pecatonica?
Yep, so the sale accumulation started August 1st and will go through October 21st. And all of those sales will count towards Pecatonicus prizes and the Montana Council prizes.
I know a few people were asking about the pre-order in a few situations. We have some pre-order situations going on. Those particular districts units need to interact directly with Ruth on those questions. We probably won't answer those here tonight. What a fantastic presentation we have tonight, it says.
It's nice to know that everybody has the same information this year. There's not anything that is not going to be able to be shared with all of our volunteers. Because we've recorded it, because we've done it together, I think it's wonderful because we all know that everybody has access to the same links, the same knowledge, and it can be revisited because we recorded it.
Yeah. We have a good question out here and it's a difficult decision on our council's part. But really and truly, somebody is asking the question, why would we not offer prizes to somebody when they haven't paid by December 31st? And the reality is, all right, so the unit itself is not organized. And the other problem is, sure, does it hurt the scout? Yes, but the unit leader has already hurt the scout more by not offering and getting the prizes turned in. And so it's a situation that we know exists. And unfortunately at that point, because the unit hasn't paid on time and so forth, we're already having to work with those units individually. But as a council, we try to make all these prizes available for all the kids. And we try to make the prizes available as quick as we can with getting them out to you guys. And so we felt it was important to be able to give a good solid date for when prizes need to be in by. We also felt if we do that, we can have those prizes out to the units in a better time frame and have them available for the scouts closer to the end of the sale where the scouts can actually be recognized. And that's a direct correlation to what the scouting program is about and being able to recognize these kids as quick as they have achieved something. So it's just one of those things where we know and understand that sometimes units there has to be a consequence when you can't do something also. So here's a good question. Can you clarify the online sales being shipped? Will there be a large delay in shipping people's orders online like they were last year? So last year, we actually didn't have a delay that was all that much in sales online. The year before, we definitely did. And Pecatonica reached out, they fixed our shipping problems with last year's sales. And I understand that every once in a while, okay, there's a chocolate product, maybe that gets delayed so that they're paying attention to warmer weather and trying to avoid the product from being damaged from just natural heat. So that may occur, but really and truly, I didn't hear of any complaints on delays with popcorn.
No, and I tested it several times last year. I made a couple of purchases online just to see what the shipping time was like. And on average, it took about 7 to 12 days for me to get my orders. So it was definitely much better in 2023 than it had been previously. So I don't foresee us backsliding and having that issue, but do know that if they are ordering chocolate, when it's 100 degrees outside, no matter where it's 100 degrees, they can't really ship that chocolate because it's gonna be damaged. And then you're gonna get a lump of chocolate instead of individual popcorn kernels.
And here's a question on the $200 for a new unit. If they're a combined troop, can they qualify for the $200? No, you're not a new unit. So,
Yeah, you have, so the reason for that is that if you have a previous amount that you've sold and you can be earning that extra 10% commission, then you don't qualify for the $200 for a first time sale.
Now, somebody else is asking, did we give out the kickoff dates by district? And we did, it was in tonight's presentation. But we also have made sure that the kickoff dates have gone out to unit leaders, meaning headmasters and scoutmasters. And then we've also made sure that it went out to any committee chair. And then we also made sure that we had a popcorn sign up that's been going out for a couple months now. And in that popcorn sign up, it was attached to the Montana Leader newsletter. And so if you don't get the Leader newsletter, make sure you're welcome to send an email over to popcorn@montanabsa.org and also let Ruth know, hey, I'm not signed up for that Montana newsletter. Feel free to let her know that and she can help coordinate and get you signed up for that too. But and then everybody that signed up has been getting popcorn newsletters, and everybody that signed up, in addition to the unit leaders and the committee chairs, will send them the email for Monday popcorn newsletters.
So it'll all be coming to you on Monday.
Good question on, is there a list of where kids can spend their Scout Bucks?
On the back of every Scout Buck, there is a list for each district. If you're gonna be doing some traveling around the state and you wanna take your Scout Bucks with you, you can always shoot me an email and I can send you the list for any given district. We have 4 council areas, so.
And another good question, does Scout Buck have an expiration?
Nope, Scout Bucks never expire. They're a coupon, not a gift card, I guess is the way of putting it.
And we technically put the end of the year date on them, right?
No, they don't have any dates on. In fact, from camp, they got some from before I started working for the council. So people were digging deep for camp.
Here's a good question on when's the link for the Google Classroom gonna be sent?
If you've used the Google Classroom before, it is updated and ready for 2024. If you're a new popcorn chair, shoot an email out to the Popcorn Montana BSA and we'll get you that link.
And another question for online sales, how long does it go? And last year it technically ends at the end of October, but Pecatonica every once in a while adds some days to it and extends it, so.
Yeah, so
We like to say it goes to the end of October. Can we add popcorn camp coupons to Black Pug?
They get credited to Black Pug as soon as the youth that earned it is registered for camp.
And it's directly affiliated with that particular scout's name,
Correct.
meaning it
So-
can't be passed on from one scout to another, to another, to another.
There is a way if a youth is unable to attend camp and they want to give their coupon to another youth, we can make that exception, but it's an exception and it has to go direct to Kirsten for that to happen.
Somebody's asking for my lab coat source, and so, so all products tonight are courtesy of Amazon. So, and I really didn't spend a whole ton on it, I think I spent $20 on it, so.
Nice,
Yeah, nothing big, so,
thrifty,
yeah,
all
very,
the way.
very much, and so maybe, maybe I'll share the links out with that too, I can include that in the Monday email if you guys like,
Nice.
so. Somebody's asking, okay, so if they're a combined troop program or a pilot this year, so in essence, if the troops put in and register everything separate, then we'll track it as separate with the sales. If the troops decide to just combine everything in as one for the popcorn sale and have one unit, then we'll take both of the unit sales from the prior year and combine them. So really and truly, we've got 5 combined troops across the council affecting 10 total units, so. Oh, great question. Somebody's asking about the Square Reader and they're asking about the tax ID. So really and truly, if you went to the bank and you set up your bank account, then when you go to set that up, you're gonna need an EIN number. That EIN number is gonna come from your chartering organization in most cases. And when you set up your Square account, you're gonna need that same EIN number that you use for your bank account to also go into Square. And basically what Square is trying to do is make sure that you're a legal citizen to transfer money in the United States. Another question about when would prizes be delivered to the scouts? And I think you're looking at November and December. depending on
The
situations.
goal is definitely gonna be to have them out as soon as the payments are in. Prizes should all be here with their logos and all that jazz by the end of September, so they will be ready to be shipped as soon as payments are made.
Somebody's asking when online sales end, and I think we answered that just a bit ago with end of October. And another council prize, which you just answered.
Yeah.
Another prize question, same line. Somebody's asking, is online sales ending on October 20th? And that's not the case. It does not end on the 20th. It ends at the end of October. So it keeps going past our sales, so. Somebody's asking, do we have time to add businesses to the Scout Lux?
So yes, if you have a business that you think would be interested in accepting Scout Bucks, I have a form letter that kind of outlines what the Scout Buck program is for the business. I have a letter that they will sign and say, yes, we want to be part of the Scout Buck program. The deadline for units or for businesses is October 1st. I will send the Scout Bucks to be printed that early part of October. So definitely reach out to me at the popcorn email and let me know that you'd like a copy of the letter and the contract. They are dollar for dollar, so yes, it looks like monopoly money, but really, we give them, and they are supposed to give change to the youth as they spend them. Camp is one exception, just because it's hard to get change back and forth to camp. But yes, the kids should be receiving exactly what they are spending in Scout Bucks. And the businesses send them in to us and we refund them with a check that next week.
Somebody else is asking, you know, if the online sales go longer, wouldn't we want to turn in the prize order later, because then they could include the money? And the reality is we set a date out there this year to make sure that the prize orders were submitted by, and we'll start working with those units to be able to help get those prizes out sooner and faster to them.
Yeah.
So that
I was still sending prizes out in January and February this year, and that really wasn't fair to the kids. So this is all set up to try and make it better for the kids, again, to be able to give them the recognition as immediately as we can.
yeah, we're establishing goals for ourselves so that we can get them to you guys. And we know that most of our scout units have some form of a popcorn recognition activity in December. And so we're really just trying to make sure that we support you guys and have all those prizes to you so that you can have them handed out in December. Somebody's saying they missed most of this meeting tonight, and really and truly, it's important that, you know, some of the dates and some of the prizes and some of the content we shared tonight, especially in the first half leading up to the slide where we said, hey, submit your email or submit it in this way. And so up until that point, it's really important that you see some of that stuff. So I think that was probably the first 15-20 minutes of the meetings. So that's important for people to see, because that has the changes of things tonight.
Right.
So
again, if you don't get the emails already, reach out to your leadership of your unit, ask them for the link, they'll get it on Monday.
somebody's asking, is it possible to pay by debit card instead of sending a check? And the answer to that is no. We have issues with debit cards, and so we're only taking checks, and we'll reiterate that multiple times through the sale this year so that people are aware. Because simply speaking, most units can't send a debit card, and the reality is between the unit sending the debit card and the council receiving that debit card, there was a lot of credit card fees. And so really and truly, the way we were able to make sure we can sit down and say, we want to give a higher commission this year to units than we gave last year, we're able to do that by saying, all right, we're taking checks. Because we want to make sure that the money goes back to the units and the scouts. And one of the ways we can do that is to just say no to debit cards and credit cards. And I wish I was talking about just $1,000 worth of fees that we were collecting on that, but
Yeah.
it's a lot. Fund a lot of units and program for 1 year just with this credit card fees. Something about Dairy Queen. So Jen Bossy, can you reach out to Ruth? Don't do it tonight, but reach out maybe tomorrow with the popcorn at montanabsa.org email. Reach out to her and just let her know what you're talking about with the Dairy Queen. So. Is there a way to get notification on when prizes ship? I think we should be able to work on that. That's something that I think we should be able to do. Well, any of the online sales between now and the 22nd of September go towards the first daily drawing of prizes on September 23rd. Absolutely. let's make sure we get those turned in. So if you have $600 for every increment of $600 in sales, that'll be an entry into that first daily drawing on the 23rd. And then of course, then counts to the weekly drawings also, right?
Yep.
If we submitted our info via the top secret method, well, that also get us added to the mailing list. No. And the reason for that is because we are getting a lot of notifications, and it's gonna be really hard at this point to track and understand which one is there and which is not. And overall, we might be able to do it. Well,
So-
we're working on it, but we're cross comparing things as we speak. So, and I can't promise it, but if you do the popcorn sign up that has gone out several times, I know for sure that method will work. I just.
The manual entry is not taking as well as we wanted it to. So really, the best way to do it is to get that link from your leadership and give us your email, your phone number, your name, just to make sure that it's all compiled, because the link is what's compiling it. So manually entering stuff is not, it's messing up the format for some reason, and we haven't quite worked that out. So please just follow the link and give us your contact information.
And somebody's asking, is it the November date that has to be postmarked by? Or is it gotta be money in council's hand by that November date? And it's money in council's hand after that date is considered late, so. Do returning scouts and leaders just sign up for the same account? And the answer overall is yes, you still have that access.
Unless you changed units, if you've gone from a
Right.
pack to a troop, the troop will give you a new seller ID. But yeah, if you're in the same unit you were in last year, your seller ID is the same.
Is it possible for the football rockets to be shipped early? No, sorry, I wish it was.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
not,
We don't have the methodology to be able to do that, so.
and it's extra shipping, you know, when it's all in one box, you know, it's a little easier for that shipping rate.
And the other reality is, it's a lot of work to just try to figure out and keep track
Yeah, of
of
who's
all the
got what.
prices. And we try, did they get it too, you know?
Yeah. All right, well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. The questions have been fabulous. But I'm thinking it's about time to call it.
Any other, any other last questions from anybody? I still see we have 109 people on roof, so we peaked out at 162 people tonight. And so, that is fabulous. I see a couple raised hands, but, the raised hand is there, but just make sure you go over to the Q&A and ask your question. So I can't do anything with the raised hand because the chat boxes are turned off and so forth.
Yeah, this is a webinar, so it's a little different than a lot of the Zoom meetings are.
But I'll hang out. I'll hang out for just a few more seconds, minutes, and just to make sure no other new questions are being asked. Oh, there's a thank you, and a thank you. Can people donate directly to a unit online? If the unit has tools set up that way, technically it could happen. Legally, can it happen? No. And there's lots of different ways to explain that and go into that, but that is a whole different discussion. So technically, Scouts, if you look at the unit money earning application, the unit money earning application does talk about not being able to just go solicit for funding. Can you say the dates again, like the door-to-door sales prize turn-in date? Sure, let's say that again, but those dates are all gonna be affiliated with next Monday's email also that everybody receives. So, but let me go back to my quick helpful notes. Let's see who gets to it first. Oh, Ruth got to it. There we go. So the online sale starts August 1st. The popcorn sale starts on the 21st. Popcorn sale ends on October 20th. Orders due to Pecatonica are on the 24th, with prize orders due on October 24th also. The unit order pickups are due to be in your town and community somewhere between November 5th and the 7th. Payment is due to the council on November 27th. And then there was a whole different list of district kickoffs, and I'll go through those real quick. Just because I know a couple people have asked for that also. Badlands is on September 16th, Blackwater is September 3rd, Buffalo Plains is September 9th, Central District is August 27th, Highline District is 9/12, and Lewis and Clark District is gonna be on September 11th. Mountain Valley District is on September 5th, Mullen Trail is on September 12th. Northwest is actually this coming Thursday on August 22nd. Prickly Pear District is on September 11th also, and then Shortgrass is on 9/5, and Vigilante is also on 9/5. So there's all of our dates that matter, you could say.
Yep, this is my pile.
Yeah,
You gotta give it back.
Let's see here. My son turns 18 during the popcorn sales. Can he still sell popcorn? Yes, technically he can still sell popcorn, sure. Some scouts are working to go towards and be able to attend expo in the future. Some are working towards attending a jamboree. Maybe they're looking to attend as a venture scout. And so there's definite options for a scout to be able to still apply that money within a unit. Just no one understands, technically speaking, if they turn 18, they're not a youth anymore. So technically an adult. And so some of those programs that you might want to apply that money towards may not be feasible for your.
And technically speaking, the units aren't gonna let you leave with that money, so it's entirely up
That's
to each youth if they want to sell. Knowing that the money is gonna stay with the unit unless you switch over to being an assistant scoutmaster.
Alright, let's see here. Scott Roos is asking, does Scout Boss allow the bulk import of scouts this year rather than making unit leaders enter each scout individually? Well, Scott, the good thing is if you entered those scouts last year, they're still there this year. And unfortunately, you cannot bulk update that way into Scout Boss, so. You
It's
have to
individual.
add individual ones, but if you try to bulk update, in most situations, you would be duplicating names possibly, so. With Scout Buck mounts that auto-populate on the Google spreadsheet, no.
They're
Unfortunately,
different
you have to go
programs.
click on each of those if that's what you want. And it doesn't auto-populate all the clicks, you have to go click them.
As far as the Google Classroom goes, I would ask Kirsten if it'll allow a mass upload. I'm not sure. I have not actually done the classroom.
No, somebody asked. Badlands kickoff is, yes, September 16th, and it's 7 p.m. at the Pella Lutheran Church. Double check, make sure that was the question we were getting. Yep, so 7 p.m. at Lutheran Church for Badlands on September 16th. Yep, that's correct, Christy. Yep, Brent and Deanna, yes, an 18-year-old can definitely be a member of a crew and still sell popcorn because of that. Absolutely. Scott Roos, reach out to Ruth through the popcorn@montanabsa.org email. Don't do it tonight. Maybe reach out over the next day or two. Or reach out to Ruth directly with her email. And talk to her about that Google Sheet and those formulas. So any help needed on those formulas, that would be awesome.
Yes, it would be greatly appreciated.
So thanks for offering that, Scott. Still have 74 people online with us, Ruth.
Very nice.
So it is now
Thank you, everybody.
8:35 pretty near. And I don't know about you guys, but I haven't had dinner yet. And this white hair isn't the sign of me not having dinner.
All right, everybody, have a good night. Get those kids pumped up for their popcorn sale, and let's have a fabulous season.
And if you have any further questions, by all means, don't feel scared to reach out. But also know you can ask those at your kickoffs. Also reach out, your district popcorn kernels might be a good person to reach out to also. And then those kickoffs are a great place for questions to be answered too. So.
All righty. Good night, everybody.
Have a great night, guys.